Mizuhiki is the Japanese art of tying knots, a small wish that connects our hearts. Often attached to gifts, these delicate cords convey heartfelt wishes and respect. The knots are a symbol of an unbreakable bond. Today, let's experience this beautiful tradition with our own hands. The Mizuhiki MUSUBI Craft Kit includes all the essential materials and tools you need to get started. The creation of the kit was supervised by Mizuhiki artist Omoda Kyoko, who shares the culture and charm of Mizuhiki with the world. Allow her to guide you through the world of Mizuhiki.
Hello, everyone. I am Omoda Kyoko, a Mizuhiki artist. Mizuhiki is a special type of cord unique to Japan. You'll find these cords inside your kit. Each is about 90 centimeters long, or 35.4 inches. What do you think they're made of? Look at the center. There's a white core. That core is washi, traditional Japanese paper made from shrubby plants such as kozo, which is mulberry, and mitsumata. Fine thread is tightly wound around the paper core, and the finished cord is what we call Mizuhiki. So, how old is Mizuhiki? It's believed to have originated about 1,400 years ago. This was during Japan's Asuka period from 592 to 710. The practice is said to have started when a gift from China to the Japanese envoy was tied with a red and white hemp cord. This inspired the Japanese to begin the custom of tying red and white cords to gifts presented to the Japanese imperial court. Eventually, these hemp cords evolved into the washi paper cords we know today as Mizuhiki. By the Edo period from 1603 to 1868 and continuing through the Meiji period up to 1912, Mizuhiki had spread to the general public, finding use in both celebratory and mourning contexts. Today, while preserving the traditional knots, Mizuhiki has found new life and is loved in many modern forms, such as in accessories and works of art. The kit we've prepared for you is designed to let you experience this contemporary way of enjoying Mizuhiki. The Mizuhiki cords included in your kit have been specially chosen for their ease of use, making them perfect for beginners. You have a beautiful array of colorful cords in front of you. Just opening the box is exciting, isn't it? The first thing we'll try making is a pair of earrings like these. This design uses the Awaji Knot, the most fundamental knot in Mizuhiki. Once you master the Awaji Knot, a whole world of creative possibilities opens up. For example, this bookmark features the ume knot, or plum blossom knot, which is built from the Awaji Knot. Layer several plum blossom knots together, and you can create a cute charm. We'll also make a decorative charm shaped like cherry blossom bouquets, using a slightly different knot called the kake knot, also known as tachi ume or standing plum blossom knot, as well as flower rings like this. Finally, you'll take on a larger project, a camellia flower pendant made from 12 awaji knots. Tying each knot carefully one by one may take some patience, but the joy you feel when it's complete is truly special. I will explain every step as clearly as possible, so please don't worry and just enjoy the process. I started working with Mizuhiki over a decade ago. What moved me deeply was learning that Mizuhiki isn't just decorative wrapping, it's a culture of tying knots while thinking of the person who will receive them. Every knot in Mizuhiki carries its own meaning. The Awaji knot, for example, expresses a wish for an everlasting bond. At weddings, it represents the hope that the bond will last, not just for the couple, but between their families as well. When you tie Mizuhiki with these meanings in mind, the time you spend working with your hands becomes something truly special. I hope you enjoy the process as you tie each knot one by one.
The Mizuhiki MUSUBI Craft Kit includes all the basics you need to create the pieces we'll be making today. You will also need to prepare these tools. They will be used during crafting. Scissors, a pen or other thin cylindrical item, adhesive such as wood glue or craft glue, pliers, and clips. Each Mizuhiki cord is approximately 90 centimeters long, or about 35.4 inches. All the pieces in this kit are made using half that length, 45 centimeters or 17.7 inches. Start by cutting your cords in half.
There are 3 important points to keep in mind as you tie Mizuhiki. The first is preparing the cord. Mizuhiki cords will crease if bent too sharply, and once creased, they won't straighten out again. Use a pen to soften the cord while it's still stiff from the packaging. If you're right-handed like me, hold one end of the cord in your left hand and position the pen behind it. If you're left-handed, do the opposite. Now, let's begin. Slide the cord along the pen with your thumb, just like this. There's no need to rush. If you go too quickly, your thumb can get hot from friction, so slow and steady is best. Soften the cord like this, but leave a little bit at the end untouched. If you soften the cord all the way to the tip, it becomes too flimsy and will be difficult to thread through other knots. This gives the cord just the right flexibility for crafting. The second key point is to keep your cords in order. When working with several cords at once, the goal is to keep them lying flat and parallel without crossing over. So even as you bend and loop them, always aim to maintain the same order throughout. If you aren't careful, their order can get mixed up and look messy, like this. When they get tangled, the result doesn't look as clean, so keep them as flat as possible, like this, maintaining the same order as before. This flat, aligned state is what you're aiming for. Finally, the third point is to keep the ends of the cords aligned. For instance, when you need to thread them through a loop, it's very difficult if the tips are uneven, if they're all at different lengths. So, gently tap the ends on your desk, or you can also do it in your palm to line them up before you thread them through. This simple action makes it much easier to create a clean, beautiful knot. If you follow these 3 key points, you'll be sure to create beautiful Mizuhiki. Now, let's practice the most basic Mizuhiki knot, the Awaji knot, starting with just one cord. We'll use one of the cords you've cut in half and softened. Hold the cord near its center and lift both sides up like this. Once you're ready, cross the right end over the left end. At this point, hold it lightly with your right hand at the cross. This loop should be about the size of your fingertip. Next, grip the cord with your left hand about 2 centimeters away from that point where it crosses, bring it around and down, and lay it on top of the loop you just made. Now hold it with your left hand where it crosses at the left side of the loop. You can release your right hand now. Next, take the cord that's on the top right. Slide your fingers toward the end, then bring the cord down toward you and cross it over the lower cord. You will then thread this cord through the space in the loop that's closest to you. Just a small bit of the cord peeking through is enough. Now you'll use your thumb, push the cord through each loop. With your thumb on the front side of the knot, push the cord through working from bottom to top. Imagine you are weaving. Go from the back to the front and to the back again. Once you get to this point, use your left thumb to gently hold the shape in place. And there you have the basic form of the Awaji knot. Now we just need to tighten it. Hold the two upper loops on the left and right between your thumbs and forefingers. Then pull gently in a motion like you're drawing a heart. As you do this, the bottom part will naturally rise up. While holding the center, pull the left side first, then the right, adjusting each end in turn. The ideal Awaji knot has 3 petal-like loops of equal size. Let's tighten it little by little, adjusting as you go to work your way smaller. When it looks like this, you have a beautiful Awaji knot. As you've just experienced, the more you pull both ends, the tighter the center becomes. Because of this firmly bound shape, the Awaji knot is said to represent the hope that the bonds between people will last forever. Now let's make earrings using the Awaji knot. We'll be tying 3 cords together. Let's do this. Cut each cord in half and soften it first. Please don't forget this step. Now, hold the 3 cords together. The cord at the very bottom will be the color on the outside of your earring charm. The cord on top will be the color on the inside. Hold the 3 cords about 2 to 3 centimeters or around 1 inch out from the center on each side. If that's difficult, press down and place 3 fingers behind the left side. Do the same on the right side and lift. Holding them this way keeps the 3 cords from twisting or overlapping, making them easier to work with. Now, lay the right cords over the left cords. Use your right hand to hold the point where the cords cross, pressing with your fingers to keep them in place. Your left hand is free now, so if the cords aren't lying flat, gently press them with your left thumb to straighten them. The target size for the knot is about the size of your fingertip. If it's too big, pull here to tighten it. If it's too small, push here to loosen it. This is how you adjust the size. Take the left cords and hold them about 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch from where they cross. Then gently sweep them around and lay them on top of the loop. You can release your right hand now. It should look like this. Now, turn it sideways. Pinch these 3 cords from above and slide your hand toward the ends. Once you get about this far, bring them toward you. Make sure they pass over the cords on this side. If the ends aren't aligned, tap them on the table or even them out on your hand. Now we'll weave through 3 spaces with a motion as if you're sewing. Start with the space closest to you and insert from behind. Next, hold the second space with your thumb. The tip of the cord has not been softened, so you can push from behind to guide it through. For the last space, bring the cords from back to front. Rest your left thumb against the knot and pull each cord one at a time, starting from the innermost cord. Go in order: inner cord, middle cord, outer cord. Now you have the Awaji knot shape. So let's turn this into an earring. First, pull firmly sideways. Hold the center, then make just one side smaller. Pull each cord one at a time from inner cord to outer cord. Pull a little more to adjust. Continue pulling in order: inside, middle, outside, until the knot is about this small. The part on the bottom can stay larger. Hold the cords and pull slightly, starting again from the inner cord. Pull the next cord slightly too. This creates small gaps between the cords. Now we'll add a gold-colored bead here. Remove the outermost cord from the knot you just made. Thread the bead onto it. Once threaded, put the cord back in place. Just follow along the other two cords. First, go back through from behind. Then through the middle space. Finally, back through the outermost space. Pull to neaten everything. Cut the top portion. You can also trim the bottom at a slight angle if you like. It looks like this. The shape is now complete. All that's left is attaching the earring findings. The jump rings we've provided are a type you can open with your hands. If you have pliers, like jewelry pliers at home, you can certainly use those as well. Connect the small and large jump rings like this, then attach the earring hook. Your Awaji knot earrings are now complete. Next, I'll introduce the ume knot or plum blossom knot. The plum blossom knot is built on the Awaji knot you just learned. At the Awaji knot stage, you already have 3 petals, right? We'll add 2 more petals to create the shape of a plum blossom. Let's get started. Since this is practice, we'll use 2 cords. First, soften your cords, then create an Awaji knot. With that, we have 3 petals. Now, let's create the 4th petal. We'll use these 2 cords on this side. Hold them from above like this, and slide your hand all the way to the ends. Then draw a circle clockwise right here. Insert them into the centermost space. Pull. To finish, pull each cord one at a time from inner cord to outer cord. The 4th petal is now complete. This shape is just right. Now for the 5th petal. From behind the cord, slide your hand all the way to the ends. This time, draw a circle counterclockwise. Then insert the cords into the 4th petal you just made. Since you'll want to let go, hold it from behind with your left hand. Now pull these 2 cords. At the end, pull each cord one at a time from inner cord to outer cord. You now have 5 petals. If you look at the back, you'll see both sides of the cords crossing like this. For the plum blossom knots we'll make next, we'll secure this with wire, but since this is practice, we'll leave it as is for now. Now let's make a bookmark using the plum blossom knot. This time we'll make the plum blossom knot with 3 cords. You can arrange the colors however you like, but the cord on the bottom will be the color on the outside. Soften the cords and create an Awaji knot. This size works well, but if you want it smaller, continue tightening. Pull each cord one at a time. It's gotten quite small now. At this stage, check that all 3 petals are the same size. Hold the left cords and slide your hand all the way to the ends. Insert them into the diamond-shaped hole in the center, like this. Once inserted, pull. When you get about this far, pull each cord carefully one at a time. Pull from inside to outside in order, bringing them together. Next, insert the right cords into this space. Slide them up from below and circle them in the opposite direction, counterclockwise. Then insert them from above into the 4th petal. From this point, things can get messy easily, so pull one cord at a time in order, inside, middle, outside. The plum blossom knot is complete. If it looks like this, you're all set. If the 5 petals seem uneven, adjust the top 2 by pulling both sides. The end of the 4th petal goes to the left, the end of the 5th petal goes to the right. If it looks like this, you're good. To refine the overall shape, gently wiggle and massage it and it will gradually become neater. You've now completed a 3-cord plum blossom knot. Now let's finish it as a bookmark using glue. Prepare some tape. Masking tape or cellophane tape is fine, but avoid anything too sticky since you'll need to peel the Mizuhiki off later. Place the tape sticky side up and lightly secure it like this. Press your completed plum blossom knot onto it. Once attached, apply glue on top, dabbing it against the Mizuhiki. Then gently spread it with your finger to secure everything firmly. After applying the glue, set it aside to dry. Once fully dry, peel the Mizuhiki off the tape. The bottom is quite long, so trim it to your preferred length. The kit includes enough Mizuhiki to make another one, so please give it a try. After practicing the 3-cord plum blossom knot a few times, let's try making a peony charm. We'll create both a 3-cord plum blossom knot and a 5-cord plum blossom knot. The 3-cord version follows the same steps as before. Let's try making a 5-cord plum blossom knot together. With 5 cords, it would be nice to smoothly hold them all at once, but that's quite tricky, isn't it? Take your time. Tie the Awaji knot carefully. Hold the left cords and curl them around. Insert them into the diamond shape in the center. At this point, you don't need to force them into alignment. While pulling, rest your thumb here. With 5 cords, things get messy easily if you don't anchor your hand. Keeping your hand in place, pull 1 cord at a time, starting from the inner cord. Pull, pull. When it looks like this, you're good. The 4th petal is complete. Now for the 5th petal. Hold from below and slide your hand all the way to the ends. Circle the cord around and insert it into the 4th petal. Once that's done, pull 1 cord at a time to adjust. The 5-cord plum blossom knot is complete. If left as is, the back will come loose, so we'll secure it with wire. Let's flip it over. cut about 10 centimeters or 4 inches of wire. Thread 3 pearly beads onto the wire and twist to secure. Fold it like this. Thread the wire ends through the center of the 3-cord plum blossom knot and secure it firmly. Glue the 2 plum blossom pieces together with the wired sides facing inward so the wire remains hidden from both sides. I've glued the 5-cord and 3-cord plum blossom knots together. Now that it's dry, let's remove the clip and finish it up. We'll attach the jump ring and charm strap from the kit. Once the parts are attached, the Peony Charm is complete. Finally, I'll introduce the Kake knot, also called tachi-ume or standing plum blossom knot. Let's use this knot to make a cute flower ring. As always, please soften your Mizuhiki cord first. To begin, hold the cord with your left hand about 5 centimeters or 2 inches from the end. Then, with your right hand, hold it another 5 centimeters away from that point, like this. Now, as if turning the page of a book, use your right hand to flip it over, like this motion. Flip. Since we're making a flower for a ring, make the petal length about 1 centimeter or around a ½ inch. If the cord coming from the left is on top, you're good. The first petal is complete. Now for the second petal. Slide your hand all the way to the end of the cord. Insert the end into the first petal. Once inserted, hold it lightly with your left hand. You can release your right hand. Now reach through this loop with your right hand, grab the cord end you set aside, and bring it toward you. It looks like this. Hold with your left thumb and pull. Adjust the second petal to be the same size as the first one. The second petal is complete. You can see it's become a heart shape. Now for the third petal. Slide your hand from below all the way to the end of the cord. Circle around and insert the cord into the second petal. Hold with your left hand. Reach through the loop, grab the end, and bring it forward. Once out, hold with your left finger and pull toward the center. Since it's a flower, the key is to pull toward the center where the stamens would be. It's gradually taking on a fan-like shape. Now you have 3 petals. Create the fourth petal the same way. How does it look? Are the petals even in size? If, for example, the third petal is much larger, pull up on this area of the fourth petal like this, and it will shrink. Conversely, if the third petal is too small, hold the third petal and pull with this motion to enlarge it. Before starting the fifth petal, rotate the whole piece so the four petals are at the bottom. Slightly lower the shorter end of the cord. Then take the longer end and insert it into the first petal. Connecting here will join the fifth and first petals so they form a ring. Now for the fifth petal. Slide your hand from below along the cord and insert it into the fourth petal. Once inserted, hold it at the back with your left hand. Reach through the loop and bring the end out. Hold with your thumb and pull toward the center. And just like that, you have a five-petal flower. If you look closely at the center, it forms a star shape. There's a small opening in the middle of the star. Insert the longer Mizuhiki cord through there. Once inserted, pull. The flower is complete. Finally, let's adjust the size. Check that each petal is about 1 centimeter long, or a little under a half inch. If any petal is too large, pull where it connects at the back to adjust. If the first petal is also a bit large, pull that too. Once adjusted like this, the standing plum blossom knot is complete. Following the same method, make two more flowers with petals 1.5 centimeters and 2 centimeters long, about half an inch and 3/4 of an inch. We'll combine these three pieces to make the ring decoration. Use the wire, beads, and ring base from the kit. Cut a circle of felt about this size to use. Use 3 beads to decorate the flower center. Thread the beads onto the wire and twist. Insert the cord ends of the smaller flowers into the star-shaped center of the largest standing plum blossom knot and bundle the cord ends together. Finally, insert the wire with the beads. Use the wire to close up the back neatly. Cut away the excess Mizuhiki and wire, and the decorative part is complete. Attach the felt here, Wood glue works fine. Next, attach the felt part to the ring base. Here, use glue designed for bonding metal. Let it dry thoroughly, and it's complete. Now let's use the standing plum blossom knot to make a cherry blossom bouquet. Cut the Mizuhiki in half and soften it. Just like before, we'll create 5 petals. Now let's make the stamens for the center. Cut the white gold Mizuhiki into pieces about 3 centimeters or 1¼ inches long. Make 5 of these. Gather them securely and wrap with wire. Secure firmly about 1 centimeter, about ½ inch, from the bottom. Insert the bundle, wire and all, into the center of the flower and use the wire to hold everything together. The stamens are too long as they are, so trim them to your preferred length. Now let's shape the petals to look like cherry blossom petals. Fold the center, raise both sides, then create a peak, in that order. Take 2 more blossoms and arrange them into a bouquet. Varying the sizes slightly creates a lovely sense of rhythm. To finish, use the floral tape included in the kit. Stretch the tape firmly to activate its stickiness. Wrap it around the wire to conceal it. Twist and pull gently as you wrap carefully. Finally, trim any excess, and it's complete. Using the Awaji Knot and Plum Blossom Knot we've already covered, let's create a Camellia Necklace pendant. While it's a larger piece, it will be manageable if you're comfortable with the basic knots. If it feels difficult, return to the basics and to take your time practicing them. First, we'll create the inner petals of the camellia flower. Cut the red Mizuhiki to half length and tie an Awaji knot with 3 cords. Adjust it to be about 2½ centimeters wide, or about 1 inch. Cross the ends and secure with wire about 1 centimeter, just under a ½ inch, from the base. Trim the excess. Cut at a diagonal following the line. This becomes one petal. Now make 6 of these. Next, we'll create the outer petals. Prepare half-length Mizuhiki, 3 red cords and 2 burgundy cords. Tie with the burgundy on the outside. Cross the ends and secure with wire about 1.5 centimeters, a little over half an inch, from the base. Make 6 of these. The petal pieces are now complete. Using the olive green Mizuhiki cord, make a plum blossom knot for the leafy outer part of the flower. Create a 3-cord and a 5-cord plum blossom knot. Secure each with wire. Next, attach the larger petals to the larger plum blossom knot using glue or a glue gun. Holding them in place with clips helps them to bond well. If you can't get them to stick with wood or craft glue, I recommend using a glue gun. Attach the smaller petals the same way. Now let's make the camellia's stamens. Cut the shiny white gold Mizuhiki into pieces about 6 centimeters long. That's about 2.5 inches. Prepare 15 to 16 of these. Fold each piece roughly in half, gather them together, and bind with wire. Finally, attach all the parts together. Use a combination of glue and wire to secure everything. Once the glue starts to set, cup the flower gently in your hands and adjust it into a rounded shape. Curving the petals inward creates a nice roundness. Opening the stamen slightly gives a more vibrant impression. Thread the necklace chain from the kit through the Mizuhiki and the Camellia necklace is complete. What I find beautiful about Mizuhiki is the culture of tying knots while thinking about the recipient. You tie not for yourself, but wishing for someone else's happiness and well-being. A culture that puts such feeling into something as simple as wrapping is actually quite rare in the world. When I'm tying Mizuhiki, a feeling naturally arises of, I hope this brings someone joy. What matters isn't whether it's perfect, but that you put your heart into it. I'd be so happy if people around the world could experience this warmth and joy of Mizuhiki. When you actually try it, Mizuhiki might be more challenging than you expected, but I truly hope you enjoy it from the heart. If it's a little crooked or the ends don't quite line up, that's okay. It's your own creation, your own art. Enjoy every moment of it.
Thank you for watching. For a deeper look at the culture of Mizuhiki, you can find out more on the Musubi KILN Journal. And follow our channel to receive the next story of craft. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.